6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Squad. This is Katie Weaver, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey everybody.
How's it going?
It is going. I've been wearing my grooming glove and petting all of the hair off all my pets. I've managed to get 3 cats and both dogs. So
wow.
I just have baby G, Miss Gigi, left to do. So yeah, I was like tape rolling the hell out of myself before the show because not half the hair when I made. I don't know if you ever tried one of those. Those things are the best.
They're cool.
They're just a mitten sort of thing, and they have like hairbrush thingies, and I think it feels good. They sort of look at me like, I kind of like this. I kind of also hate you. What is this? But my older cats have trouble getting to their backs, Sandy doesn't really, but Mimi does. And she's had some mats I've had to cut out recently, so I've been trying to brush her back to help her out. And then, of course, the Persians. Although the Persians are so much better at taking care of their hair now that they're adults. They really take care of themselves, mostly themselves now. But periodically, I want to brush them down too,
For sure.
And then my little dogs with short hair, that don't need to be groomed. That just means they just shed fucking everywhere. So anyway, that's been my big job for today is glove grooming.
The battle of the hair.
And it works so good. It's actually so much easier because they don't freak out because you're coming at them with a hairbrush, Yeah. Like you're just petting them. And they know something is happening that is unusual. You can tell they're confused on their faces. They're like, I like this, but should I not like this? Are you getting away with something right now?
And you're like, no, ma'am. Have this snack.
Yeah, no, you just try this. We have to cut our little dachshund's toenails. They are so long and black, and she is so naughty about them. And so we've just given her CBD peanut butter. We're going to let it kick in for a while. And then after the show, we're going to try to, between the two of us, wrangle her down so that we can do her toenails. Her toenails are touching the floor. She's like walking on the tips of them. Aww. And that's not good for her back. It's painful, She's such a little snothead about them. I didn't know that a dog who had no teeth could bite pretty hard, but she can when she wants to. She can bite pretty good still. She'll be smashed. I hope so.
She can't keep her tongue in her mouth now. I can't even imagine what this is going to look like. You might have to mist it with the spray bottle every so often.
Never really gotten my dogs high before, but we gave it to both because you can't just give something like this to one of them.
Sure.
They're like, what the hell is going on here?
What, Z gets to get high too, just for fun?
Just for fun. Well, poor Z. That's the other thing. We've just had lots of pet things going on. Poor Z had to go to the vet last week because we've been giving her dog aspirin, but we've been giving it to her for too long. You're not supposed to give it to him for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they x-rayed her. The vet was like, well, I mean, she's just basically got arthritis everywhere. I'm like, oh, poor thing. So we had to take her off the aspirin, and she has to be off from it for a week. And then there are a couple of different injections that we can go to the vet for. But in the meantime, she can barely walk. Oh. She is so rickety because she's been on anti-inflammatories.
Right. So she felt pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, whatever we got to do for her. She's currently taking dog gabapentin for pain until we can get the shots. But in the meantime, I'm like, hey, she'll like that CBD. So whatever.
Oh, she will. Yeah. Might as well give the old lady a treat. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was like. Yeah.
Well, I hope that you are much more successful with your endeavors than we ever were with trying to drug the pigs. Because that doesn't work. The pigs, there is not a farrier anywhere that comes to your house and does pig toes. And I have called and tried and asked everyone I can think of and scoured the internet, and there just isn't one. And I'll tell you why. Because they are straight assholes about it. It's really hard to do their hooves. And Zig's hooves...
so strong.
Oh my gosh. And Zig's hooves are so long and bad. So we had talked to a vet friend who was like, yeah, I don't do them, but All you've got to do is give him a couple of really dark beers in his dish with his mash, and he'll eat them up, and he'll pass out, and you can do his toenails, and it's no problem. I don't know how much beer you would have to give Zig for that to happen because no amount of beer we gave him worked. And where's the limit?
He
Like,
just wasn't drunk enough, man.
yeah, but you don't want to hurt him too. So we pulled the plug on that idea because it just didn't work. We tried twice. We could not get him soused. It just wasn't happening. So then we talked to our regular vet, and he said, well, he goes, if you can get them here, I can sedate them. Well, we can't. It's not happening.
God, no.
So he said,
Get 'em out?
I can
Get
just
'em in a
sell you some
car?
pills. Yeah. He goes, I'll just sell you some pills. You give him one, and if he doesn't start teetering in, 15 or 20 minutes, give him another one. And you can give him up to 3. Bitch, we gave him 3. He didn't even know it. He was completely fine. This didn't give this pig an ounce of pause. Not an ounce. So
Wow.
they say that if you get a mini pig on their back, then they're pretty hapless. That's not true. But that's what has been said by other pig people, or like, just get a couple strong people to help get him on his back. And once he's on his back, he can't really fight. Oh, yeah, okay. We ended up with Scott and Micah recently a while back when the kids were home. We're like, okay, we have strong people here. Like, we have to go for this. Scott and Micah laying on top of Zig in the place that they just managed to pin him, which was up against the kitchen sink in the kitchen, against the kitchen cabinet.
Mhm.
Zig is screaming so loud, I'm surprised the police weren't called. I mean, it sounded like we were taking him off to market. It was so bad. I can't imagine the whole neighborhood didn't hear the screaming. The girls were manning the clippers, and they weren't strong enough. It took them both, with all of their might, to clip through. They managed to get those back toenails done. The minute they let him up, the screaming stopped, and he just dusted himself off and was like, bye, and walked outside like nothing. And you guys, they need done again. That was like 4 months ago. I don't think they went deep enough.
Don't his tusks need done too?
Yeah, well, good luck with that. So
I think you need one of those blow darts that they use for elephants.
that's probably what it's going to take. Yeah. So at any rate, best luck to you with the CBD peanut butter. I think we'd have to give Zig a case of it, and then still maybe nothing. But hopefully this just gives your dogs a real nice mellow.
I hope so. Because the vet did Z's toenails, but Wood's are just as bad or worse. And I'm like, okay. I bought one of those toenail clippers that has the light on it that even you can see the quick, even in black toenails. Because that's part of my problem is I don't dare cut them back very far because I don't want it quicker. But anyway, the pet owner life, right?
Pet owner
Okay.
life. Good
While
luck.
we're on it, I'll just tell you. The other thing we did today is that we had to gather urine and stool samples from Z for the vet.
Oh my God.
Have you ever had to do that with your own dog?
No.
Running around behind Z with a Tupperware container. She finally starts
Are you
to
kidding
squat.
me?
I stick it under there. I get a little bit of pee, and then I accidentally bump her leg, and she jumps, because she's like, what the hell are you doing back there, lady? But we finally managed to collect both samples today and get them over to the vet.
I am
you don't
dead.
just do a catheter or something? Are you serious? You can't just say, here, pee in this bowl. She's not going to do it. The stool sample was a lot easier because you can just pick it up after the fact, but you got to run around and catch the pee.
I cannot believe you had to do that.
Ridiculous.
And wow. Okay.
Frisbee with a coat hanger taped to it. See,
tricky.
That is a great idea. Just attach
You should have talked about this beforehand. Yeah.
I should have. People have experience.
Mm-hmm.
A visual I just got of you chasing her around. She kept turning and looking back at me like, what the hell? Why are you following me? What? So I had to get back a little bit so that she would pee because she was like, I'm not doing anything unless you get back. And then I ran up there, and if I'd just been a little quieter and hadn't bumped her in the leg, I probably would have got more. I barely got enough for the sample, but whatever.
This will have to do. It's what we got.
Oh, Lucky's mom says, vet told me to use long-handled paddle to catch pee. Good idea. Irene, I worked 15 years in emergency vet. We got creative. That is a grand idea. I'm going to try that next time because we've had to do this now twice.
Mm-hmm. Wow. See, you should have asked beforehand. These guys knew. They knew.
Our vet, before they do anything major, like put them on new medication or anything, they require this big workup, blood work, whole analysis, which I think is really smart. And we try to do it on our dogs. We don't really do it with our cats because they don't need much, but our dogs, we try to do it every couple of years, and it's just time again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ladle, no, Lucky meant ladle, not paddle. Lucky had a ladle.
Oh, see, that is a great idea.
This is getting crazier all the time.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess for all of our other listeners, now you know.
Now
Those are some good ideas
and
for
I'll probably have to do this for Wub here pretty soon, so now I know. I'm going to get me a long-handled ladle.
Okay.
We'll call it the pea ladle and keep it where I don't keep any other ladles.
If I ever am at your house and you use a ladle now, I'm going to be real suspicious.
Is this the pea
This
ladle?
isn't the one, right? Crazy. Oh, gosh. All righty. Well, we do have a big show. Speaking of crazy, oh, my goodness, and sad. A lot going on. So I do want to say, though, that James Craig is on jury watch.
Yes.
Opening statement or closing statements today. You thought the defense was gross in the opening. Wait till you hear the closing. I hope you will. I'm if we can ascertain it and put it up, we will.
As soon as we can get it,
supposedly the judge loosened the purse strings on tying down the press for the closing, and still nobody could find the closing. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but if I get it, you'll see it. That's the best I can say.
7 Denver had a camera in the room, so I imagine we'll be able to find it somewhere.
Yes, hopefully we can get it from them. Yeah. So, but I did read
to be able to get the verdict too, but
Right. I did read through them, though, and oh my God. I can't imagine this takes the jury more than about 12 seconds or so. But
well, and also the defense presented nothing. He didn't speak.
Yeah.
They didn't present any. I don't think, who would speak for him? Who's going to come speak for him at this point?
Right. You know how in the opening, the defense said, take the blinders off and you'll see. That was the last thing she said today. Once you take the blinders off, you'll see what they didn't show you.
Good God, ma'am. The only person wearing blinders in that courtroom is you.
And
what are you doing?
Understand how affronting it is to say to people, take your blinders off? It's not even a polite way to say it. She says it in a condescending way, like you're all a bunch of idiots that are falling for something. Take your blinders off. Dude, that doesn't make the jury like you.
She was super condescending to the jury. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll keep an eye on that.
Right. We'll have a quick verdict.
And I think that honor killing is still at jury watch, too. But I've had a busy day, so that could change. I don't know. But we'll keep an eye on it, too.
Sure.
All righty. Well, I'm going to kick it over to you for our first segment today, which is Dumb Criminals.
Friends, how many times do we have to come on here every summer and talk about Torons in Yellowstone Park? This right here is the site of the most recent Toron injury, where a 17-year-old boy has suffered significant thermal burns to his foot and ankle in Yellowstone Park. This was near Old Faithful at Lone Star Geyser. That's Lone Star Geyser right there. When his foot broke through the thin crust and he suffered burns. You know why his foot broke through the thin crust? Because his foot wasn't on the damn boardwalk. He walked off the boardwalk, went through the crust, and burned the shit out of his foot. Badly enough that they couldn't just treat him like at the medical like at the emergency medical clinic there in Mammoth in Yellowstone Park. They had to send him to another hospital.
Oh,
now,
my God.
Normally getting off the boardwalk, you would get ticketed. You would have a fine for that. A lot of times they waive the fine for people who actually have to go to the hospital because of their injuries. I just want to say, the boardwalks and all the signs saying don't step off the boardwalk really are there for a reason. I could not find pictures of his injuries, but I will show you. This is a different incident of someone stepping in a geyser. And that is, you see that big burn all over that foot and all that big blister? Like, this is no shit. The water is boiling. Can you imagine if you stepped in boiling water? How badly that would hurt and how badly burned you would be? Yeah, that's what happened to this kid. So he is a dumb criminal. He's probably not going to get a fine, I will imagine, because they figure it's punishment enough to have a horrifically burned foot.
Oh, can you imagine?
Those skull burns are so painful.
So painful. So insanely painful. Oh, he'll learn his lesson. All right. But my God, stop. Stop.
Right. How did they build the boardwalk without getting hurt? I'm sure they had like big planks, board planks that they could step on so that they weren't going down into the water. But
yeah, to build
man, I don't know. Like, how many times a year does this stuff have to happen? People still do it. Like, come on,
because some people in this life
smarten up.
Just do not think the rules apply to them. They just don't.
We definitely learned that living near Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Because there are rules and they're very clearly posted and there are plenty of reasons. There are plenty of signs explaining why. Like, hey, we're not just being dicks.
You can't not know. You just can't.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. It's a good point, though. Paula said it's also acidic, right? The acid is as dangerous as the heat.
Right. In some of them, they all, there's a lot of different acidity levels in
depending on
the water features
and the area.
They're all boiling.
Yeah.
You know. Yes, and people are also stupid sometimes, and often we see teenage boys that do this.
Yes.
Come on. Guys.
You know what scares me is the mud pots.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? So the mud pots, like, they're like boiling mud. Mud like plopping way up in the air and dropping back down, and they smell wild, like all this sulfur, and watching all this mud like bubbling up, it's crazy. But those are the ones that scare me the most. Not that you can get anywhere near them, but can you imagine having that boiling mud like land on your body?
Oh God, it would burn you so bad and it would hurt so much. Could he lose his foot? I don't think his burns are that bad this time. People that fall all the way in and are submerged, they die. They die. They are boiled to death.
Yeah, very quickly.
But fortunately, this kid just got one foot in. But I just think sometimes, do people not ever learn from other people's mistakes?
No, no, they do not.
Just being you doesn't make you bulletproof to any of this.
Indeed. The mud pots are Marta's fave. Well, they're fascinating to watch. They're so amazing. Cool to watch. Yeah. But every time I look at those, I think, can you imagine being injured by those? I can't even imagine.
Well, and a new water feature, a blue hole, just opened up in Yellowstone a week or two ago. There was some kind of big seismic event. There was a big boom and something happened and a new hole opened.
Yeah. I know. I want to get up to Yellowstone this fall. I really want to see that.
I do too. Yeah, I know. I want to see it too. It's really cool. Right? That is exactly what Rhonda and I were saying, Kristi, that they should post pictures of the injuries as warning signs. Like, hey, this is literally what can happen to you. Put it all over their social media. Like, hey, do you want this to happen to you? If not, then just stay on the damn boardwalk. That's all it takes.
That's
the other problem with walking on it is that crust is so thin that breaking into it does destruction to the feature itself, and it can mess with the bacterial balance too and fuck it up.
Yeah,
like stuff like that is always happening at Grand Prismatic. And it could change the beautiful coloring of Grand Prismatic because that is minerals and bacteria causing those colors.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Marta said, did you guys ever hear about the judge's daughter who got too close to a funeral in Hawaii and slipped down even though it was labeled to go nowhere near it and she was incinerated? Yeah. I mean, these things happen.
They do.
I
mean, it's not unusual for there to be at least one person who actually falls all the way in and dies in one of these every year. So I'm glad this boy was not hurt worse.
Yeah.
I sure wish people would just stop fucking around.
Yeah.
Like, respect Yellowstone. Just respect Yellowstone. Follow the rules. It's beautiful. You can go there, but don't do this stuff. It's not worth it. And with that, Katie, I'm going to kick the mic back to you for our main case.
Okay. This is a very sad tale that emerged out of Arkansas over the weekend. I'm going to introduce you to these folks. This is Clinton and Cristen Brink. The Brinks, weirdly, not weirdly, but it's a strange connection. They lived in Montana, in Miles City, where my daughter went to school. A Miles
Oh,
City that
really?
just holds such a place in my heart for quite a few years. Yeah.
Oh,
In
wow.
fact, people from Miles City said that they went to their church and that she sang at church and had a really beautiful voice and was involved in like singing groups. And
Wow.
that they had started a volleyball league in the summer. They'd set up a volleyball net and invite people to come out and play and kind of had a whole thing going. But they were really beloved. They had three little girls. At some point, they had moved to South Dakota. He worked for a milk company or a distribution company, I think. And very recently, they moved to Arkansas to work. In fact, the little town that they live in reports that they just turned their water on the 16th.
Oh, wow.
So they
Just
just
barely.
moved. So on Saturday, let me get to the news release here. So on Saturday, they were hiking in Devil's Den State Park and they were attacked by a man when they were hiking with their two of their little girls, 7 and 9. And there's a lot that we don't know yet, but it is being said that they died to save protecting their children.
Oh,
They were attacked by a man who eventually killed both of the adults. Again, the little children physically are okay. They're now with family, traumatized for life, most certainly.
oh my God,
Uh,
right?
Absolutely terrifying situation. And they do not know who did this.
Oh,
So
no.
some reports are coming in and they've got some coming out now. So this is a back shot of the person of interest.
Okay.
So there are some people from the park now that are coming
Hell, this is
forward,
going to be
that were,
like Bridge Guy, isn't it?
yeah, people that were
Hell.
around the park that day that are starting to, send in some hints to the police, some tips. This is a back shot of a strange guy that some people saw. Some people said that they saw this man and that he had bloodshot eyes and a really weird look on his face and this weirdly big bag slung across his back like a gear bag,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was creepy and weird. And that was about an hour before these attacks would have taken place.
Oh,
This is a
no.
composite of what they believe his face to look like. There's been an all-out manhunt for him since Saturday.
White guy, obviously.
White guy, yep. So here's a better description. White male of medium build. He's believed to be injured because Clinton and Krista fought back pretty good, and he is
Mm-hmm.
believed to be injured. He was last seen wearing dark pants, a long sleeve shirt with the sleeves rolled up, a dark ball cap, sunglasses, fingerless gloves, and carrying a black backpack. Fingerless gloves. That is so weird to me.
That is in July.
Yeah. He was reportedly driving a black four-door sedan, possibly a Mazda, with the license plate obscured by electrical or duct tape. The vehicle was
Whoa.
seen heading toward a park exit and may have traveled on State Highway 170 or 220.
So he came here knowing he was going to kill somebody, do you think? I mean,
It
why would he have obscured his license plate?
it sure seems like it. Like he had an intention of killing somebody. Was he there to kill these people? Why?
Right. And they're so newly arrived to this place. That just
Right.
seems unlikely.
Right? They just came to town. That does seem unlikely. The fingerless gloves, I think, are really odd. A lot of it about it is really
Mhm.
odd. But yeah, and coming in with such a big bag. I mean, this is the hiking area that people come in and hike and camp and things, but
I mean, did he use a weapon?
we don't know that yet. There
Wow.
was some immediate reports that there was it was a shooting, but that's not been confirmed by anybody, so I don't think we know. Everything I've read so far is that they haven't released that information. They're also asking people if you were in the area that day, if you saw anything, if you please look at all of your like your trail cam, footage, your GoPros and everything. And also, if you have anything, please don't put it on social media. Please just take it straight to the police so that they can
Right.
process
Let
it
him use
and
it to
not
find
put
this
more out
guy.
into the public. Right. Maybe he was up to something nefarious and they came up on him. I wondered about that, Rosanna. Yeah, I wondered about that too.
Well, and
This
after he
is,
killed the parents, he left the kids behind?
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, and there's a lot we don't know about that too. Like, did the kids, were they able to run? Did they hide? I
Yeah.
the initial report I read said that they were hidden off of the trail and then reemerged, but we all really don't know that either. It's all just supposition at this point.
Wow.
Right, vengeful? I mean, why? Right, it sounds like the
Why
kids
these
ran.
people?
Yeah, the authorities aren't saying so for sure yet. They're not saying anything.
Yeah.
This is the area.
Is that a stream?
Hmm.
So were they in the water or were they on
No,
a
they were on
trail?
a hiking trail. The whole area where they
Okay.
were is still closed, but this is the
Okay.
general area. So let
Okay.
me tell you a little bit about this place. Devil's Den State Park is a 2,500 acre Arkansas state park in Washington County near West Fork, Arkansas.
Okay.
It was built in 1933 and it butts up to the southwestern part of the Ozarks. And
Wow.
there's a lot of year-round recreation here, hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding, etc. And yeah, they were just out enjoying the day. Why?
Damn. That is
Why?
so sad. Why? And if
Yeah,
there is even a reason why. I mean, it sort of
right.
seems like maybe this guy prepared to be there
Yeah,
to do something, and
to
maybe
do
it just
something.
didn't matter who it was.
And maybe that's right. Maybe that's right. People are just so
God.
damn crazy right now that anything could
Mm.
be true at this point. I suspect this wasn't a targeted hit, that he wasn't going
Me
specifically
too.
after these people because why?
Yeah.
They're just a little family that just moved to town that why would you chase them down in a national park and kill them? I just really doubt that this was about them specifically.
Yeah. Me too. But I guess we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah, but it's just
Very
incredibly
much hope
tragic.
they get a hold of this lunatic before he
Yeah,
hurts anybody else. So
yeah.
that's way scary.
So we'll keep an eye on this one and let you know as their investigation progresses and what more we learn, and also if they ever catch this dude. I don't have a ton of faith that they will, but no, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Damn it, they will catch him.
Well, I mean, he was in a public place and there were clearly people who saw
Yeah,
things. And so hopefully, as more people learn about this, more people will put it together
hopefully
that they
someone
saw
who
this
knows
person.
him
Yeah.
will see these composites and see what they needed to know about him, and his behavior that
Right.
day and go, wait a minute,
Yeah.
could it be,
Hmm. Well, I hope so. That is
Yep.
wild.
I hope that they do because if he had the capacity to do that, has he done it before? And will he do it again?
Yeah.
But yes, they have a huge manhunt at this point, so holding space that they find him and holding all of the space for their family. There is a GoFundMe. These, of course, were not people that had money by any stretch of your imagination. So there is a GoFundMe for their final expenses as well as some help to take care of their little children. So I put a link to it in our show notes, but I'll post it right here too. But that just shouldn't have ever happened. Really, really sad.
No.
So with that, I'm going to kick it back over to you for a segment of gun crime.
So there was quite a shooting yesterday in Manhattan, in New York City. This man right here, as you can see, that is an M5 rifle that he is holding. He went into a building in New York City on Park Avenue. It's an office building. He apparently was trying to go to the headquarters of the NFL, but
Yeah.
ended up taking the wrong elevator. His name is Shane Tamura. He was from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And they believe now he was trying to get to the NFL offices after he shot people in the building's lobby. He walked in and immediately shot people there that might try to stop him, including an off-duty New York City police officer named Didarul Islam, who was working as a security guard in that building, shot him immediately, as well as other people in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he had a note on his body because after he shot at least 5 people, he took his own life.
Yeah.
And the note that they found on him suggested that he blamed the NFL for having chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is that chronic brain disease that can happen from too many concussions. The problem is you can't even diagnose that unless someone is deceased. They have to see your brain in order to diagnose it. The other problem with this is that Tamura didn't play for the NFL. Apparently, he played high school football in California, but he has struggled with serious mental health issues and has believed, probably convinced himself that he had chronic traumatic encephalopathy. And that's why he had serious mental health problems. And so he decided to blame the NFL for that, which is so odd considering that he'd never played for the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL headquarters were located in the building, but he took the wrong elevator bank.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There was an employee who was seriously injured in the attack. I think they were actually in the lobby of the building, an NFL employee. But other people were injured from other businesses because he just went to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wanted to tell you about. Not all of the names were released, at least the last that I looked. Wesley Lepetner worked for a company called Blackstone.
Mm-hmm.
And she was killed in just completely senselessly. Like, this was a senseless crime that is even more senseless because this dude, he didn't
attacked
even know
the
where he
wrong
was going
people.
or what he was doing, really.
Yeah. I mean, not that anyone deserved to die, but these people were as innocent as all get out.
Right. Every one of them. So surveillance video shows that he got out of a double-parked BMW just before 6:30 p.m. yesterday, carrying, sorry, I said M5, it's not, it's an M4 rifle. He walks across the public plaza and goes into the building. That's where he immediately started firing.
Uh-huh.
He killed the officer that was working a corporate security detail and then hit a woman who tried to take cover as he just sprayed the lobby with gunfire. The officer was, a lot of police officers work security guard jobs when they're off duty. And that's exactly what this guy was doing.
Wow.
But like, this guy knew. I mean, he immediately took him out. Like, he knew he'd probably been there before, is my thought.
Yeah.
That he'd had some idea of where, like, the security guard would be sitting or where his station would be in the lobby.
Yeah.
Then he took the elevator to the 33rd floor of the offices of the company that actually owned the building, which is called Rudin Management. He shot and killed one person on that floor, and then he shot himself. The officer, I think this is important to note because we live in such a fucked up, weird world. His last name is Islam, and he is a 36-year-old immigrant from Bangladesh. He had served as a police officer in New York City for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
His body was draped in the NYPD flag as it was moved from the hospital by the ambulance. The New York City chief of police said he was doing the job that he was asked to do. He put himself in harm's way. He made the ultimate sacrifice. He has died as he lived, a hero. Let's just be clear. He was an immigrant, guys.
Yep.
Out there just protecting people, doing his job.
Yep.
So there's not a lot more known about Tamura yet. They're looking, of course, but he hadn't been in New York City for very long, so they're going to find a lot more about him in Las Vegas because that's where he's from Nevada. One of the things that the New York City mayor said is that it is a challenge for law enforcement dealing with those who come from areas with lax gun laws that allow individuals to have these high-powered weapons and bring them into cities like New York that have strong gun laws. Because if this guy was from New York, he would never have been allowed to have that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had another gun with him, how he shot himself. I haven't heard. That's a good question.
I wondered that too.
Because that's a
if he
real
had
big
pistol.
rifle to shoot yourself with. But likely he had more than one gun. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
But there was a pistol in the back of those pants. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised. So we may learn more about him, but I mean, he solved his own crime, I guess.
Yeah.
By taking himself out. But all our love to all of the people that experienced that.
He
That's
wanted his brain donated
scary.
to science?
Oh, yes. He wanted his brain to be donated and studied because he's sure he has CTE. He certainly has something.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, very, very sad.
It's been a rough last week or so for gun and knife violence.
Well, yeah, there was a stabbing at a Walmart that a man stabbed 11 people.
Yeah.
Also, just completely out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, let's take money away from the mental health services in this country, right?
Right.
Terrible things are happening that will ensure that more of these things occur.
Yeah.
It's happening right here in Idaho where they're taking services away from adults with severe and persistent mental illness, the kind of folks who need very regular assistance, intervention, assessment. Those services are just being taken away.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to pay for them, guys. But the problem is, then stuff like this can happen even more because people are less likely to be medicated, to be
supervised,
having people taking a look at them like, hey, you good? Like,
right.
I used to do some of that when I was interning in college. I interned with Adult Mental Health, which was the Department of Health and Welfare here at the time. Mm-hmm. And we did crisis clinics where people could just come in or bring family members in if they weren't doing well. We did mental status exams, and then we passed them along to the doctor and to a therapist and to get them services right away. I also worked for the ACT team, which is an adult mental health service team where we did things like medication drops multiple times a day.
Yeah.
So there was someone bringing medication, making sure the person was taking their meds and looking them in the eye to make sure they were okay multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Those services are just gone.
Just gone.
Yeah. Here in Idaho. And, not every state is doing that, but a lot are.
Yeah.
Idaho has its very own DOJ committee now. We're all supposed to be submitting government waste to them. I'm going to submit themselves to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the waste they're taking away here is mental health services for children and adults provided by the state.
Yep.
It's super scary because I know where that's going to go.
And the wide-reaching, the pebble that you throw in the pond with this is so wide-reaching from just basic suffering for people who need help. Yeah. And then the potential of them to create suffering for others around them, their families, their community, strangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's never ending.
Yeah, it is. It is never ending. When you take away the services of the most vulnerable people in your society, not only do they suffer, but everyone suffers.
Everyone suffers, yeah.
It's hideous.
Yep. Well, and we know that generational poverty begets crime because people are trying to survive.
Right. And if you're somebody who's had mental health treatment and they've just taken it away and you can't get your meds anymore,
Yeah. Oh, that is so
Tell you what.
scary.
some bad shit will happen.
Yeah. So scary. Yep. Well, that's what we've got. Pretty wild stuff afoot. So we'll be keeping an eye on the juries, both of the honor killing, attempted honor killing case, and as well as James Craig. And there's other stuff that has come up this week too, but these were the cases we wanted to get to today. We're going to be back tomorrow night at 6:00 p.m. for case updates, for Wednesday night case updates. And then we'll be back on Thursday at 3:00 for a regular scheduled broadcast. So that's what we've got this week. Really gearing up for Donna Adelson, getting ready to start. There's a lot going on. Yep.
Yes, there is.
So keep an
We'll
eye
be
on
on it as usual.
Well, all of it, yeah. Some interesting things to discuss at case updates, like Taylor Shabusiness doing an interview, and Sarah F. Boone firing another attorney, and
That makes two appellate attorneys already.
So hold on to your britches, ladies and boys. It's gonna get crazy.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for being here. This has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad.
Bye, everybody.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.